And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the all new, all original. Not really original. We're kind of ripping off what we did last week. Same stuff, same time. Lando Project. And of course, I am here with my favorite guy to talk movies with. You guys love him. You guys know him. And if you don't know him, here's your chance. I got Mr. B to the C.
My man, what's popping? What's happening? What's going on? What's new? What's causing all this? I just stole that from Wrestle Talk, but whatever.
We have some stuff to talk about this week. It's been a long week.
We do. And you know what? Before we get into the main topics, I gotta ask: did you watch Monarch?
See, no. I was going to get into that, but you know, you're still in my fire, still in my flames, still in my flames.
You didn't put it in the list, so I didn't think you were going to talk about it.
I was going to set you up for it.
Oh, okay.
See, it's okay. I got you though. Also, Founders Day was yesterday. Shout out to Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity Incorporated. Had to throw that out there. Anyway, this was a full week. So busy. There was a lot of stuff that happened.
Strike's over. Here you go.
Yes, you're just getting flooded. So busy, in fact. Normally, I don't get the topic discussions figured out until about Saturday. I had to message you, I think on Thursday. Okay, are we good for the week?
All of it.
And your reply literally was just all of it. Just full send everything, right? So we have a busy docket, a busy schedule. Guys, the way this works, you guys are going to be off in the chat, firing off down in the chat. We're going to get to you guys whenever we see it. You may distract us. That's fine. If you want to segue us off a certain topic, that's fine. We keep it easy. It's Sunday, right?
Yeah, buddy.
We like to kick it back and relax on the Lando Project. But, yeah. So I think that the very first thing we need to talk about is about a little trailer that kind of dropped very early in the week. We had a trailer for Madam Web, right? Madam Web dropped. We got the first trailer. The first trailer for Madam Web has landed, showcasing Dakota Johnson and Sydney.
Oh, we talking about Dakota Johnson.
And Sydney Sweeney's dive into the Marvel Universe with their own spider powers. Johnson portrays Cassandra Webb, a clairvoyant paramedic entangled in the expansive Spider-Verse. The film, a suspense thriller set in Sony's Marvel character universe, also stars Isabella Merced and Adam Scott. I love me some Adam Scott. Among others, directed by S.J. Clarkson, Madam Web is set to spin its web in theaters Valentine's Day 2024, marking a new direction for Sony's Marvel adaptations. We got the trailer.
Yeah.
Now, BC.
You had some things you had to say.
I'm going to kick it to you first, though. What was your initial thoughts on this trailer that dropped, right? Were you interested? Were you thrilled? How did it look to you? Let us know.
One, I'm sorry I kind of cut you off there while you were reading. My bad. I got very excited because I saw Spider Sweeney on the screen.
Don't apologize to Spider Sweeney. Don't apologize.
I love me some Spider Sweeney.
All good.
And I cannot wait to see more Spider Sweeney. No, I think this looks a lot of fun. It looks cheesy and dumb. It looks like Venom. And I'm not going to apologize. I love the Venom movies. First one, way better than the second one. But I thought it was a fun movie, and I think this looks entertaining. I have a buddy who's like, I don't get it. Why is Madam Web not old? Why didn't she have gray hair? And I go, well, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know. But maybe they make sense of it. Maybe why is she not blind? I'm like, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know. But maybe they make sense of it in the movie. So why don't we wait and see? But as a trailer, this just looked fun. It looked over the top and goofy and fun, and I'm all in. I don't care. Now, I know people are gonna get angry, but I'll.
No, you stay true to your convictions. You stay true to your convictions, BC, because you're entitled to it. Now, you was talking about your friend. Hi, everybody. I was that friend. Okay, I was that friend.
Actually, was not you, but apparently the internet is and are all you.
I was that friend. Here was my thoughts about the trailer. One, I thought it was shot very well. I thought the trailer looked pretty good. So whoever the director of photography, director of cinematography, whoever that was, I think you did a fantastic job. You really captured the spider look. I thought that the costumes looked spectacular, right? All in all, I don't think this is a bad-looking movie. However, I was looking for Madam Web. And unfortunately, I didn't really see Madam Web. I saw a girl, I saw Dakota Johnson wearing a red jacket, and then they put a title up like Madam Web, but I didn't see Madam Web. I was looking for blind, old, crinkly, arthritis having, knees not working, hooked up to a spider chair, Madam Web. That's all I'm looking for. I don't ask for much, but when you put the thing, it's kind of, to me, here was my problem. And you told me this was a pretty dumb thing to have an issue with. And you know what? That may be valid for you, but for me, it's very valid for me to have my opinion. It's kind of like if I got a Daredevil trailer and he can see the whole trailer. I'm going to ask him questions because Madam Web was blind since she was like 8 years old. So I have questions. I'm a little confused. I will say that I think that Ezekiel Sims, the way that he kind of came and the way they shot him with the knife spin, stabby, I thought that was cool. The way that
is he the villain?
He's the villain. The way that the shots were kind of rotating around and stuff, I thought that was really, really cool. I thought that they really captured the essence really, really well. There was another point that I wanted to get to, and I don't think it's in the movie. I don't. So that's why I didn't really knock it for this. But as a trailer, I thought that narration that Dakota Johnson was having, Ezekiel Sims killed my mama back when she was spider hunting, sounded really bad. I'm not going to count that against the movie because I don't think that's in the movie.
I think it is because there is like a chunk of set on one scene.
Yeah.
Did that work?
Yeah, you
did I just freeze?
You're good. Just
okay. There is a chunk of the trailer that looks like it's all set on one scene that looks like a very expositional scene where they're standing in a forest and she's just blurting out exposition, and it was cut up throughout the trailer.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. And I do think that feels like that is in a scene in the movie of her just blurting out that exposition. I was like, oh, that looks like one hell of an expositional scene.
Yeah, which I think we're both kind of tired of, right? Like kind of showing me, not so much telling me.
Yes.
But it was more so the delivery of it. So hopefully they have another audio session in the can somewhere they could probably resurrect, because the way that sounded, and maybe it looks better in context. I just thought as a trailer for me, someone once said that the idea of a trailer is to take your excitement from here and raise it, right? If a trailer does not raise your excitement, even if it's just a little bit, then it didn't do the job of a trailer. For me, I'm a little less excited to see the movie. I was pretty excited to see it, but after having now seen it, I'm a little less excited to see it, despite all the good things that I've said about it. I don't know. Maybe the next trailer comes out and I'm all in. I want to be all in for this. There's a lot of rumors coming around about who Adam Scott is playing, who Emma Roberts is playing. I'm not sure if you saw those things spinning out.
Yeah, there. The idea is that they're possibly
Ben Parker.
Ben Parker. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Well, not Aunt May.
Well, from what I know,
Mary Parker.
This is the old Aunt May script. They swapped it up. There was supposed to be an Aunt May movie.
Yeah.
And this was the Aunt May movie, and now it's a Madam Web movie.
That Aunt May movie. The reason why Tom Holland Spider-Man exists. So yeah, that was our thoughts on the trailer. Well, that's at least my thoughts on the trailer. Like I said, jury's still out for me. I need to see the second trailer. I need to see the third trailer. I could probably still be sold and reel back in for it. And still, but for me right now, it's a sell. Try again. Go back in there. And I do love Venom. I actually kind of like Venom, Let's Be Carnage. Right? I had a good time.
It was okay.
I had a good time with it. I had a good time with it.
I have my issues with Carnage.
Yeah, that's fair.
And and that's really just because I'm a Venom mark. Like that's just my thing. He's the reason I like Spider-Man so much.
Yeah.
Venom.
Need to protect him.
Yes. And while I can sit there and go, that's not Venom, I still really much enjoy it. With Carnage, I said, I go, that's not Carnage. And I was still going, it's okay, but it's not Carnage.
Right.
It's not Carnage. The whole time I'm sitting there, that's not Carnage.
Yeah, they didn't go as sinister.
Carnage has to be R. I'm sorry. He's just one of those characters that you just can't baby him.
No, you can't. And they kind of dialed it back a little bit with Carnage, and I totally
did. They made him care about somebody. I'm like, no, Carnage doesn't care about people. He doesn't care about some girlfriend.
No, he don't.
He just wants to murder people.
He just wants to murder people. He's just straight up. He's just straight up murderer.
He is mustache bad guy for bad guy's sake.
Yes,
he's Joker. He is the Joker.
Right. I am excited for Kraven.
Yeah.
I am excited for Kraven. So, with all that being said, I mean, so far, Sony has been above. Remember Sony before used to be really, really bad. Sony used to have a bad rep when it comes to Spider-Man
movies. You used to have no trust in Sony.
You just have no trust with Sony. I'm a little bit more trustful, but however, I need to see a second trailer for this. I think that's fair. What did you guys think about Madam Web trailer, right? Are you guys excited for it? Are you guys not excited for it? You guys think it's going to be trash? You guys think it's going to be fantastic? What do you guys think about it? I would love to hear it. BC would love to hear it. Comment down below. Let us know about that as we move on to our next conversation. Now, there was a time when, when you get casted for a Marvel movie, you kind of had to keep it under lock and seal. It was just like that was the deal. Then you have folks like Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo just out there spoiling everything in the MCU. And it seemed like Marvel finally got their act together. Everybody had to, they went into a room. They said, hey, stop spoiling secrets, right? And everyone was like, okay. And we're not going to spoil.
Stop leaving your phone on when you're in the premiere.
Stop leaving your phone on when you're in the premiere. Exactly. And it seemed like they've been doing a pretty good job, right, for the most part, until Spider-Man No Way Home came out, and we knew Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire were going to probably be popping up anyway. Someone let something slip. And I don't think we were supposed to know about this stuff, but someone, and by that someone, Robert Kirkman, producer for Walking Dead, Invincible, things of the like, let something slip pretty big about the upcoming Thunderbolts movie. And it has to do about a character that we have not been introduced to yet. And it was about Sentry. And pretty much he confirmed that Stephen Yeun will be playing Sentry in this next movie. Robert Kirkman, creator of The Walking Dead and Invincible, recently claimed on a live stream with artist David Finch that Stephen Yeun, I don't know how to say his last name, will portray Sentry in Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts. Kirkman, having no formal ties with Marvel, casually mentioned Yeun's involvement, noting a recent costume fitting for the character Sentry. One of Marvel's most powerful figures is rumored to be the physical antagonist in Thunderbolts. This unexpected reveal aligns with previous rumors and scoops, adding anticipation to the film's July 2025 release. BC, I kind of had to throw it to you here first, man.
Yeah.
We've been hearing about Stephen Yeun potentially being this character. We've been hearing these rumors that he was attached to the movie months ago. We kind of we're also hearing in the background that Sentry was going to be a part of it, right? I don't know if you're familiar with the character Sentry or not, but you are a big fan of Stephen Yeun. I think. You're a fan. You know him. You know him.
Who?
Steven.
Nah, I know. He's a dude in The Walking Dead. I've never seen a single episode of The Walking Dead.
Okay, so you're familiar.
I know this is a guy that is in The Walking Dead, and people like him. If I'm not mistaken, there was a moment they were very angry when he died.
Very much facts.
People were very angry when they killed him.
Yes.
See, yeah, that's what That's my knowledge on Steven. People like him. So I go, okay, I'm excited to see you. Welcome to Marvel. I just find it funny how this story came about. Kirkman just literally just, fuck it. I don't work for him. I don't give a shit. I'll say whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gangster.
That's the thing. It's like, okay, I understand you don't work for Marvel, but dude, you're friends with this guy. Like, you don't think he's not going to get the Kevin Feige sniper?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And I guess the way the conversation went, Steven went in for the costume fitting. And I guess he called Robert Kirkman. It was like, yeah, I just finished my fitting for Sentry. I guess I'm only allowed to play yellow and blue superheroes. Because he's also the voice of Invincible on Amazon Prime, right? Also yellow and blue, right?
Yeah.
Also wearing yellow and blue. And that's what Robert Kirkman was kind of alluding to. I don't know if he knew it wasn't released just yet, but hey, it's out there now.
Also, okay, it's not like that really. Sentry, he's playing Sentry. Does that ruin anything? No. I mean, we're gonna figure it out anyway.
That's also true. Here's my thing. About the Sentry being in the movie. So let's just address that. We have Sentry now being announced in the Thunderbolts movie, right? Alongside all the other previously assumed cast members. We already think that General Thunderbolt Ross is going to be in this because, I mean, hell, his name is in the title. So we get Sentry. Now, someone in the chat's trying to say Sentry is pretty lame. Sentry has a mixed fan base. Half of the fan base don't like him. The other half of the fan base thinks he's a pretty interesting character. I am in the fan base where I don't care about Sentry, but I do care about something else that Sentry has. And Sentry has another thing about him called the Void. You can pretty much surmise the Void as being pretty much similar to Alioth. Just a giant thing that destroys everything. And that I'm excited for. Hell, let's see it. Let's see how this works. He's pretty much, in other words, Sentry is also kind of like a Superman type character. Super powerful, could possibly beat Gaia, since Gaia, I think, is the most powerful person in the MCU at the moment.
I think Gaia is more powerful than Sentry. Oh well, she wouldn't. I would say because she's Captain Every power, but she doesn't have Sentry's power because he wasn't in the Battle of Endgame.
Right.
So I was gonna say, well, Gaia's more, but then again, never mind. Sentry might be.
So Sentry is kind of, and I mean more so than.
Speaking of, motherfucker, I watched Secret Wars again the other day, and God, I love it up until that finale. Once the finale hits, it's just, why does your arm become Drax's arm?
With tattoos.
That's not his power is not that he is Drax. It's that he was strong.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why does he have tattoos? Why does she have tattoos? But you know what? Not going to get into that. So he's going to be playing Sentry in this movie. That makes me wonder a little bit about what this movie's going to be about, because here's my issue about if he's playing the villain. If he's playing the villain in this movie, I think that the Thunderbolts are supremely outmatched. It's a Suicide Squad 1 kind of a deal, right? We got the Suicide Squad, and they're versing this like wizard chick, whatever. They're just absolutely outmatched. There's no reason why they should be fighting Sentry. Now, if Sentry is a good guy, that would make more sense. But then who is Sentry going to be called? Now the reason in the comic books why Sentry was introduced, he was introduced in the World War Hulk storyline, pretty much. World War Hulk storyline, Hulk's world gets destroyed, his family gets destroyed, that stupid son of his with that stupid CGI, he gets killed. Hulk comes back down to Earth and goes on a complete decimation of all the Avengers. None of them can stop him. She-Hulk is the first one to get pounded in the dirt, and she gets hurt so badly, all she says is, "Dear God." And then he continues on his rampage and goes after every single member of the Avengers. Then they got to go unlock this dude named Sentry. He comes out, and he's able to just temporarily subdue the Hulk. But this is Hulk on the 10th degree. And also a Hulk that I don't think we have in the MCU anymore. Also. because they have completely snipped.
Nerfed. Yeah,
there you go.
They nerfed the shit out.
They nerfed the shit out of Hulk. So I don't. If they bring in Sentry, my first thing is they're going to probably most likely nerf Sentry. They're going to have to. They're going to nerf him beyond belief. Now my second thing is Steven. I love Steven. I think Steven is a great actor. I think he's very charming. I think he's very charismatic on screen. He was in Beef. Someone mentioned that he was in Beef. Beef was pretty good. Walking Dead, he was solid. Invincible. I think that he's a very good, talented actor. So it's always a good thing to hire talent in your movies.
Facts.
Steven needs to get into the gym if he's going to be Sentry. And I mean bad.
Well, like we just said to your boy, little man who played in Superman, just put out the picture. Wasn't David Corn sent me that?
David Cornsweat. Yeah, David Cornsweat just dropped the picture.
He's in the gym. I said, okay, he's packing on size. I have no problem with he'll be in the gym. He needs
to get into the gym. I mean, there are some guys that just can't put on that kind of muscle, right? But
movie magic.
I guess if Kumail Nanjiani can do it, because that dude got ripped.
Kumail got ripped for not even one scene. Like they don't even show him with his shirt off.
I don't
you
think
get one scene that he doesn't have sleeves on, I think.
Yeah. He looked good though.
He
looked good though. So anyway, I think this is just a funny story. Robert Kirkman just said no F's given.
I love Kirkman's delivery of this.
No F's
as far as Sentry, I don't like OP characters. That's one of the reasons I have a hard time caring about Superman, because I'm just like, all right, well, nothing hurts him, so everyone's gonna shoot. There's gonna be a scene where everyone's shooting at him,
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work. And I'm like, why are y'all still shooting? It doesn't work
until he meets Batman. Boom.
Yeah, and Batman bullets work, but yeah. So whatever. I'm excited for the movie. We'll see it. Let's do some stuff.
All right. Well, next thing, right? Just found this out recently. Last 24 hours. One of my favorite franchises. In fact, my favorite franchise of all time. If you guys know me, my favorite franchise, my favorite movie of all time is Rocky. Dun-dun-dun. That's my movie. I think it's the greatest love story ever written. I think it's the greatest sports franchise of all time. I think that Rocky deserves to be. Sylvester Stallone has a place in the Boxing Hall of Fame for a reason.
Facts.
Right? I'm all in. And also, I have been absolutely loving everything about this new Creed franchise, Creed 1, Creed 2, Creed 3. And now it has been announced that Creed 4 is in development with Michael B. Jordan set to direct. Surprise, surprise, we're getting number 4. Deadline reveals that Creed 4 is officially in the works with Michael B. Jordan set to return as director, announced by producer Erwin Winkler, who we don't like. At Deadline's Contenders Film Los Angeles event, the next chapter in the Creed saga follows the success of Creed 3, which grossed over $275 million worldwide. Winkler confirmed the plans despite recent industry strikes, hinting at a story that continues the legacy of Adonis Creed and his rise in the boxing world. BC, do you love Creed? Tell us your thoughts about this. Are you excited for Creed 4, Michael B. Jordan directing?
Well, I think Creed has put themselves in a weird situation because they progressed him really fast. All right, the last one, he was already retired, and he came out of retirement so that he could face Jonathan Majors. So what now? Is he not retired? He's still out of retirement? I kind of think we should have taken a break from the Creed storyline and just done the fucking Drago movie. We got a young Drago out there. We could go see what he's doing and give Creed some time to be out of the ring. Make him a character in the Drago movie and then eventually come back again. Give me a reason to understand why he was retired, because it didn't feel like he ever really needed to retire. Like he was still in his prime. So give me a reason of why he's out. Give me some time that he's actually out of the ring. Don't make him. I don't want to see Adonis Creed become Tom Brady. While he is one of the greatest of all time, the return. I'm retired. I'm back. I'm retired. I'm back. That was one of the things that Rocky did. You're like, why is Rocky still coming back? Like, there was years in between them. There are other boxers in this world now. Creed. Michael B. Jordan has done a great job at opening this world up. And I want to see some more of this world now. That's my only thought. I'm excited because I like the Creed movies, but I would have liked for them to go a different route rather than Creed being the main star in the next one.
I totally understand what you're saying, because it seemed like there was reports a long time ago that Michael B. Jordan was going to start to expand the universe. We was going to get like a Creed animated show, spin-off, something like that. We were going to be getting Drago. I think that Dolph Lundgren got a call like to help with this Drago project that they were making. We have been getting this tease that young Drago was going to be kind of amped up for more. I'm with you a little bit. I kind of wanted to see Drago. Like let's kind of have another branch off of here, because I like that kid that played as Drago. Now, I feel like there was a lot more to even Dolph Lundgren's story a little bit, right? He never really got that redemption that he was looking for in his life. So
if you could send off Dolph and Drago to do their own big fight that's important,
right?
I'm like, let's do this.
Right. Unless they do something like where it's the Olympics, you got Michael being tapped to do the Olympics, but if he's already retired, that's the thing. It's like, you're right. In that last movie, he was retired for what, 2 or 3 years when he finally comes back to fight Damien. And let's not talk about the Damien of it all. Like, is with Jonathan Majors and his stuff, are they going to still try to work something in with Damien? Because he was a very interesting character that a lot of people liked. Now, I want to just talk about,
we'll kind of tap into a little bit later when we talk about Kang.
Some other stuff.
But right? Because he's a big character in that world now too.
Right.
So that's someone I would like to see more of.
Right. And I will say this though, I like the idea of Michael B. Jordan directing again though. I thought that Creed 3 as his directorial debut was a solid directorial debut for him, and I definitely think he picked up a lot. And I would like to see him continue to evolve in that. And it definitely seems like he has a good handle on how to shoot a pretty good Rocky movie. Creed 2, I think, was the worst of the Creed franchise so far. So that means he was able to do a little bit better than that. Mm-hmm. I still don't think they've captured that magic of Creed 1. I think that Creed 1 was just chef's kiss. But I really, really enjoyed Creed 3. A lot of the anime tie-ins that we know Michael B. Jordan's a big fan of anime. I saw a little bit of that in there. So, huge fan of those things. Fred Tastic's in the chat pretty much saying if Ryan Coogler writes the screenplay, then I'm super stoked. Keep Stallone away from the script.
Yeah, that's what I was about to go. Hold the fuck up. Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky. Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky 2. Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky 3. Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky 4. Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky Balboa, okay? Yeah, he did Rocky 5 too. But he did 1, 2, 3, 4, and Balboa, all right? It's Stallone's franchise, all right? Don't get it twisted. Coogler came out here and did a great job.
Fantastic job.
Good stories. Wow, he did good. But Rocky is Stallone's, all right? And if they wanted to bring Rocky back, if they found the way to give Stallone his fucking money that he deserves, despite the fact that he's not entitled to it, doesn't mean he doesn't deserve it.
That's true.
All right? Because he is the one that made that franchise. And I wish he could get his money. Unfortunately, he already has money, so it should be okay. But still, it sucks that there's this beef going on between them.
Right, and he's mainly having beef with the producer we talked about with Winkler, right? That's the guy. Steve.
He has nothing against Michael B. Jordan. No one
he
else.
loves Michael.
It's just the producer.
It's just a producer that he feels kind of did him a little bit dirty in the negotiations and everything. But that's Hollywood, baby. It is what it is. I wouldn't mind to see Rocky return in this next one. I don't think that we needed him in the last movie. It was a very nice solo story that's centered around Creed. I think we got a lot of great Creed development in that.
See, I don't think we need Rocky to return in this one. All right, that's what I'm saying. You do some other movies that are other boxers, not Creed. Yeah. And then when you come back to a Creed, this is the one where Rocky passes, and now Creed has to go deal with that.
Well, you have to shoot Rocky passing away at some point.
Yes,
I think you have to address that for sure. I don't think we just leave that open ended. And the one thing I don't want is just Rocky died. I don't want a Paulie death. I don't want a.
Also, the fact that you said this is one of the greatest love stories ever, you're full of shit.
No.
Adrian is the worst thing in any of these movies.
I agree. Adrian sucks.
And you know who else sucks? Bianca. I don't care. I love Tessa Thompson, but I don't care that you're going deaf. I don't. Get out of my boxing movie.
I agree. I don't like Adrian, but I did
Adrian
like.
Was so bad.
She was
so
bad.
bad.
She was bad in the later movies. I didn't mind.
Such a toxic woman. She was such a toxic woman. Not to say Rocky wasn't toxic when he met her, because that is something that I have a hard time watching. The very rapey scene in the first Rocky.
We don't say that word.
I don't care. It is very rapey.
It's not.
Right? That is the one thing I will always say is
you're gonna get demonetized.
One scene in Rocky is very rapey.
You're gonna demonetized. Calm it. But no, I thought that take it to the zoo, right?
Demonetized. What are we making? 3 cents?
Hey, we work hard over here for that 3 cents. Okay, pays the bills over here. Okay, pays the bills. But no. Other than that, though, I am super excited for Creed 4 regardless. I wish they would do certain other things, but I don't care. If they drop Creed 4, I'm going to be there. I'm buying my tickets. I'm on the Regal app, AMC app. I'm getting the tickets early. I will be in attendance for Creed 4. And I'm curious to know where they're going to go with this for sure. Like, they're going to have to bring him out of retirement. Hopefully he's not doing a street fight with another young apprentice named, Bobby Gunn. I don't want that. I don't want Bobby Gunn's son.
I want Tommy Gunn's son. I want to see Tommy Gunn's son.
That's what we want.
Believe you me, we need some Tommy Gunn's son.
Mr. T's grandkid pops up somewhere, right?
I am still waiting for Clubber Lang to show up.
Clubber Lang's kid. But no, man, I'm excited for it. Guys, what do you guys someone said Rocky 3, 4, 5, Balboa felt like an action instead of heart. It doesn't matter how hard you hit. It's how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. Beautifully written by Sylvester Stallone. Beautifully written. But guys, what are your thoughts about Creed 4 dropping? Directed by Michael B. Jordan. What are you guys' thoughts on it? Do you want to see Michael B. directing this movie? Do you want to see Creed? Do you want to see Drago? What are your thoughts about it? We would love to hear it. Let us know. Let's move on to our next thing. Spider Rico. Good pull. Where's that story?
Let's go see the Spider Rico origin story. That's what I want.
Yeah. Next story though. We had no segue, just straight up getting into it. You kind of threw me off a little bit, but
my bad. Got him, coach.
Yeah, you got me, dog. So anyway, this weekend we had the release of the new Hunger Games movie. Songbirds and Snakes, right? That came and dropped this week. And I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't see this movie. I wasn't really excited about this movie. The trailers to me weren't doing that well. But I was curious to know how it was going to do at the box office. And it looks like we do have a lot of box office stuff happening this weekend too, also including with the Marvels. Reported by Hollywood Reporter, The Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes opened to $44 million, leading the weekend, but below projections. In contrast, the Marvels face a significant decline, earning about $10 million in its second weekend, marking the worst drop-off for a Marvel Studios film The prequel to Hunger Games featuring Rachel Zegler and Tom Blythe. Trolls band together. Trolls band together followed in second place with $30.6 million, while Thanksgiving, directed by Eli Roth, also competed in the weekend's lineup. Now, BC, you hear that Hunger Games made $44 million. You're hearing that the Marvels made $10 million with the largest second weekend drop off. I think it was 80% decline from the first week. What is the biggest takeaway from the box office this week? Is it Hunger Games? Is it the Marvels? Is it Trolls coming in at second, securing $30.6 million? What to you is the biggest takeaway for the box office this weekend?
I think the biggest takeaway is no one's going to the box office. No one's going to the movie theater because it's a pretty low box office week. I think it's just the fact that Trolls came in and only made, what'd you say, 30.6. And I'm trying to look up here what the original. Okay, so the first Trolls, where's its opening weekend release? It went up against Doctor Strange and Hacksaw Ridge. And okay, well, I guess that's not bad because the first one only got about 12 million opening weekend. So I guess this is a franchise that has grown a little bit, but I kind of figured that would have number one because I just figured there'd be kids there. And Hunger Games is not something, I don't think anyone is really on that Hunger Games panel anymore. You know, that everyone was really hyped back in the day, but I don't think anyone's really hyped for it. I haven't heard a lot of hype. My sister went to see it. I just asked her how she thought. She said it felt like it should have been 2 movies. Length was fine, but I think they could have slightly better character development if they didn't pack so much exposition in it. And it's very violent, mostly enjoyable. Pacing felt a little off and noticeable, but enjoyable.
That's a solid review from the sister. Hey.
Solid review. Hey, my sister. So my sister and I have very good movie conversations. We go back and forth. We're very different, but also alike. It's very interesting to see. But one thing that we do not agree on, and one of the reasons I want to bring her on the show to talk about the movie they're making, I Am America, or I America. But she hates Thor Ragnarok. She thinks it's one of the worst Marvel movies they've ever made. And it's the one thing that me and her, I just do not understand how she does not enjoy Thor Ragnarok.
I take my claps away. I rescind the claps.
I know. We go at it hardcore over Thor.
You know, she was cool, man. She was cool, but no, honestly, though, that is it's okay. Film is subjective, right? You're allowed to dislike what you don't like. You could be wrong, though. Yeah, you could be wrong, and it sounds like
she's definitely wrong.
She's definitely wrong on that one. But no, I totally agree with you. It seems like what the box office bring in all in all about $130 million for the weekend with everything included, which is kind of surprising when you got Hunger Games or a Hunger Games spinoff, if you will, which at one point was a dominant force in the box office. Maybe they're too late with this movie. Maybe that's kind of what I'm thinking. Or, is it Jennifer Lawrence? Was Jennifer Lawrence that big of an influence for that? Was Katniss Everdeen just that rock of the franchise?
Yeah, it's just I don't know if anyone really
cares.
Look, I like Rachel Zegler, but her movies aren't hitting yet, so no one really knows her. You know?
Well, she's also being caught up in a lot of controversy. And I would say that she's said a lot. I mean, and more than just the normal controversy, she's also said a lot of things that I think have cast a shadow over her image from some people. I don't know if that's the reason why, especially when you got a movie with Peter Dinklage, Viola Davis, and stuff like that. So it's a conversation to be had for sure. Is Hunger Games following the way of help me out? What's that Harry Potter spinoff? The one with Dumbledore.
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. Is it kind of getting that kind of
probably
that kind of love?
Which did not do anything as good as Harry Potter did.
Right. And then also
this makes no sense to me. So the second Trolls movie cost $110 million to make.
Yeah.
Only made $48 million. And they still made a third, which cost $95 million to make. That one made $110. And
I don't know.
then they made a fourth.
Well, I will say they have Thanksgiving coming up. So for family movies, I don't know if people are going out to the movies for Thanksgiving. That's probably what they're cashing in on. But
oh, this is the third. Okay.
This is the third one.
This is the third.
This is the franchise with JT, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I think.
And the only thing about this franchise that made me kind of want to see this one is NSYNC does a song in it together.
Oh, really? I want to see it.
That's the only thing that makes me go, ooh, I kind of want to see
Back
it's
streets
NSYNC.
back. All right.
That was
I'm
Backstreet.
sorry.
It literally says
NSYNC.
it in the
My bad.
lyrics you just sang.
My bad. Bye. The other big thing about this,
Gangsta shit you ever did.
the other thing here is the Marvels. 80% decline at the box office, which normally when you see numbers like 70% decline, 80% decline for a Marvel movie, it's after they have a $220 million weekend, and then you see a 70%, 80% skid where they make 60, 70 million the next weekend. This isn't that. They made only 45 million last weekend.
Yeah.
Now they're pushing in 10 on a budget of, what did they say, 225, 230?
Yeah.
This is looking to be, everyone was talking about how The Flash was one of the biggest bombs ever. This is probably going to end up being worse, in my opinion, to that. I think this is going to
I don't think it's going to be worse because Flash costs like so much extra money.
Yeah.
I don't think Marvel's had that much extra money put it into it. I'm excited. I really enjoyed the Marvels. I'm going back to see it on Wednesday, I think.
Help them out, man. They need it.
Yeah, but also we knew this going in. There was no way this was going to make money. All right, it's thought is down right now. Nobody wants to. Everyone's angry at Marvel right now, and this is the end of the Chapek era. All right. The past superhero movies that came out in theaters, no one went to see them. They just didn't care, despite the fact that they were good. Mm-hmm. I liked The Flash. I thought Flash was a great movie. I loved Blue Beetle. I thought Blue Beetle was so much fun. And I loved the Marvels. They've been good movies. It's just there was a bunch of shit right before all of that. There's a bunch of stuff going on with Hollywood that is finally wrapping up now. Yeah. There is a bunch of, this is being pushed and this is being pushed. So even the main audience is not excited about it. When you've lost your main audience that you're not catering to, that's when you have issues getting money, because we're the ones that are telling other people to go see these movies, and we're going to see them over and over and over. If we're not going to see them over and over and over, other people aren't going to see them one time, and that's the problem. Yeah.
I mean, I really think that it's good for the entire comic book movie industry that next year we just get one movie. I'm sorry. Madam Web comes out next year, and also Kraven, but beyond them. But beyond them, it's just Deadpool.
Venom 3, Deadpool 3, Kraven, Madam Web.
Oh, so Sony's taking over next year.
Next year is the year of Sony.
Okay.
And Marvel has pushed everything back.
And push everything back except for Deadpool.
And again, all those movies, with the exception of Deadpool, I don't expect any of them to do gangbuster money. I expect them to do mid-level money. Maybe Venom does really good, but I expect the others to do very mid-level. And
Deadpool's going to crush it.
Deadpool should crush it.
Deadpool's going to crush it.
I'll say this now. I don't think Superman Legacy does fantastic. I think Superman Legacy barely breaks even.
I think that first trailer is going to dictate it.
I don't think we see superheroes making gangbuster money on the regular again until Brave and the Bold comes out.
Yeah.
And is good. Brave and the Bold has to be good.
Well, 2025 is shaping up to be a good year.
And then I think, Joker. Joker's the 5th.
Yes. Yeah, that is true.
But I think if Brave and Bold is a good movie and Legacy is a good movie, then I think everything starts
to fall back,
ramping back up again. All right.
Right. Well, one of the movies that I was at least excited for, I'll say that, was Avengers: Kang Dynasty. That was a movie that I was very much looking forward to. I don't know if I'm in a minority. I don't know. I love Jonathan Majors as Kang. He Who Remains, Victor Timely, you name it. I have liked all of his versions of it, even the one that got beat by ants. I don't care. I think that was a bad movie, but I thought he was great in that movie. And I was really, really looking forward to Avengers: Kang Dynasty. But there's been a lot of issues surrounding Jonathan Majors. There has been a lot of, has Kevin Feige and Marvel lost their way? Let's reshuffle. Let's figure it out. We don't really know what is going on behind the scenes at Marvel at the moment. But we do have our friend Jeff, the Insnider, with some details. And pretty much what he is saying is that Avengers: Kang Dynasty is going to probably end up being a Secret Wars 2-parter. And here's what he said. According to the Yeun Snyder, the Marvel Cinematic Universe may see a significant shift in its upcoming Avengers lineup, with director Destin Daniel Cretton stepping away from Avengers: Kang Dynasty to focus on other Marvel projects. There's speculation that the Kang Dynasty might not happen at all. Instead, Secret Wars could emerge as a 2-part Avengers finale. This development raises questions about the MCU's Phase 6, especially considering the potential endpoint for Kang's storyline in Loki Season 2. The possibility of a 2-part Secret Wars, possibly helmed by Matt Shakman post-Fantastic Four, reflects Marvel's evolving strategy for its blockbuster franchise. Now, BC, you have enjoyed Loki Season 2. I think you are also part of the crowd that enjoys Jonathan Majors as Kang. What are your thoughts hearing about this, all these new things with Daniel Destin Cretton possibly leaving, Jonathan Majors possibly being written out, and Secret Wars being a 2-parter?
Well, writer leaves project. Okay, someone's always leaving, someone's always joining. That happens. All right. I think we are in a holding pattern. I think Disney has officially set themselves up to go, and they're at the fork in the road right now. They can go this way. Jonathan Majors is innocent. All right, cool. Everything stays the same. Jonathan Majors is guilty. Awesome. We're now changing everything. I think they are at the position right now, which is why everything was pushed till 2025, so they can assess, slow down, and move forward accordingly, which is why I think Marvel is set up to be perfectly fine. I think they're not going to have anything to worry about. But they're just in a holding pattern right now. They're just circling, waiting to find out what happens with Jonathan Majors. And if everything ends up how we think it's going to end up, cool. We keep going ahead. The Kangs are too much for the TVA. Kang Dynasty is a go. All right? Or things go the opposite. Things go negative. We lose Jonathan Majors. Cool. Kang Dynasty is now, they're going to take Secret Wars, split it up into 2 movies. And here's what I think they do. I think movie 1 is something like Avengers Mutant Agenda or something. I don't know. And it is the Avengers versus the X-Men until they figure out someone has kind of pit them against each other to wipe them out so they could take over, and you find out, oh shoot, we're all getting wrapped up into part 2 Secret Wars. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? You got me?
I'm tracking.
So that's where I think those are our 2 separate options here. Kang Dynasty Secret Wars or Avengers vs. X-Men Secret Wars.
See, okay, now, if you've been following this channel for a while, I've always been saying, go back last year, when we first heard the announcement of Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, I said, you can't do Secret Wars without Dr. Doom. I said this a year ago. I see Fred Tastic saying that he heard on the Mad Titan that Jay and Corey were talking about how you need Doom. You heard it here first. Said this a year ago. But Secret Wars is a Doctor Doom storyline. However, I feel like we're rushing. If we're going to pivot from Kang to get to Doctor Doom, I feel like that's kind of a rush. Mainly, and I'll say the reason why. I think Doctor Doom is a universal villain. He is a universal arc kind of a villain. He is a Phase 4, Phase 5, Phase 6 type villain setup. I don't like the idea that he just might get 2 or 3 movies and then we kind of get Doom in Secret Wars.
Why do you think he's only going to get 2 or 3 movies?
Well, it depends on how they end Secret Wars. But
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, more than likely, you can use these movies to give us our first look at Doom, and then you keep having him go over. Like, he's the Loki going forward.
It depends on how they do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying I have concerns that they're going to go in this direction where they possibly introduce Doom.
That's because your brain.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Your brain's going negative.
No. Let me finish my
positive. Hope for things to go right.
Let me finish my point. I can't hope for things to go right. Marvel hasn't been doing the things to make me feel hopeful. Okay? Marvel's been on a slide lately, so they put me into this mindset. I'm a hurt puppy.
Go back and watch the original Star Wars.
I'm gonna finish my thought.
Go back and watch Star Wars.
You're gonna let me finish.
Find hope.
You're gonna let me finish. So my concern is that we're gonna get Doom Fantastic Four. We're gonna get Doom again, which I do think that Doom should be introduced in Agatha, but I'll get to that at another point. But you introduce Doom in Fantastic Four, you get a Secret Wars Part 1, Part 2, and then you possibly wrap up the Doom storyline because I do believe they're going to want to get to Avengers versus X-Men in the next phase, right? And with that being said, you introduce Magneto as your new big bad, not Doom. So, I don't know. I'm a little conflicted here. I would rather get a lot more of Doom. I feel like Doom is just such a big character in the universe that I don't want him to just kind of be shoehorned in. I would rather have them take their time with it. But still, regardless, Doom is a potential thing. I still want to see Kang finish his arc.
I do want to see the finish.
I think that they have set up a lot with Kang, and I think a lot of people, besides ourselves, want to see how this Kang storyline is going to play out. Granted, Trial. But if Trial works out well, I would like to see Jonathan Majors finish up what he's doing over there with Kang. They set up a lot of great stuff over here. Jonathan Majors, we know, can carry these things. And I think a lot of people want to see a vindication for his Kang the Conqueror where he doesn't get beat by ants. So, I don't know. I think you are correct about they're in the hold pattern. I think that they're just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
But at the same point, when do they start shooting Avengers Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars Part 1? I think that's going to fall into middle of next year, the end of next year, so we start actually rolling for production.
I don't think this is going to be a O.J. Simpson month after month trial. I think this is going to go pretty quick.
I hope so.
I bet we know what has I bet we have a ruling within 2 weeks.
I hope so. I really do hope so. Man, free Kang.
Free Kang.
We out here. Free Kang gang. Unless, of course, he did it. If he did it, that man should go to jail. But free Kang. That's where I'm at.
Free Kang.
But I think it's an interesting pivot. And honestly, though, if they do make Avengers Secret Wars Part 1, Part 2, that's also fine. There was a point in time where it was going to be Infinity War Part 1, Infinity War Part 2. So
yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah, then they just changed it to Endgame. But like, if you remember when they first did the title screen, it was like Part 1, Part 2. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. BC is the giver of hope. Yes, he is. He is very hopeful. And that's why we need him here. Because if not, this is a very sad, depressing podcast. It's a very sad, negative. That's why we have him. Okay?
Exactly.
That's why he's here. And he's doing a great job. We love BC doing it. Now, main topic. Oh, the main topic. The past 3 years, we have been trying to figure out who will be our Reed Richards, who will be our Mr. Fantastic, who will be leading the Fantastic Four. I think it might be the biggest question in comic book movie conversation at the moment, right? This is the biggest one. We got a little tease that White Jim, John Krasinski, that's an Office reference for you if you didn't know.
Okay.
John Krasinski played Mr. Fantastic in Multiverse of Madness. A lot of people said we want him to continue. I was one of those guys too. I like John Krasinski. I think White Jim, as opposed to Asian Jim, who's also out there in the MCU, I think that John Krasinski was pretty good. I think that he died really dumb. But he could be fine. Then we heard Adam Driver. And then we heard Matt Smith. And then we heard Jake Gyllenhaal. It's all being potential people to be our Reed Richards. Well, someone in the chat is saying Mr. Fantastic should have been Mr. Fantastic should be Cavill. That would work for me too. But now it seems that we are getting really, really close to the announcement of the entire Fantastic Four, and it looks like Marvel has found their Reed Richards. With the Mandalorian himself, Pedro Pascal. Variety reports Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four is eyeing Pedro Pascal for the role of Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, known for The Mandalorian and Game of Thrones, and also The Last of Us. Pascal is considered for the scientist with body-bending abilities, directed by Matt Shakman. Fantastic Four is set for a May 2nd, 2025 release. As of now, Pascal is the only potential casting news, with the roles of Susan Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm still unannounced. This marks a new direction for the iconic team, previously adapted in earlier films, but now entering the Marvel Cinematic Universe. BC, you hear the news that Daddy Pascal, as the internet is calling him, Pedro, Nicolas Cage's best friend in that one movie with Nicolas Cage, will potentially be the world's smartest man in Mr. Fantastic. How do you feel about Pedro?
Smart casting. Very smart casting. Pedro Pascal is obviously someone that you can set your world on. Like he can carry your franchise on his shoulders with no issues. And going forward, he is someone that you can really build around, and he can be the face of the MCU going forward. So I like this casting. He does great things with a lot of different people. So I'm excited to see what he does and who the rest of our Fantastic Four is. Because if you're gonna have Pedro Pascal in there, you gotta have a cast of people that can keep up with Pedro. So let's go, bro. Let's go.
I completely agree. I am not one of the naysayers here. I believe in Pedro, and I have a lot of reasons why I think this is a great casting choice. One, can he pull off the world's smartest man? That is the requirement to me for Reed Richards. And that answer to me is yes. Can he pull off a family man? The answer is yes. Can he pull off a man that protects a little child, as in his son, with superior abilities, like he has done in The Mandalorian and The Last of Us? Yes, he can. But more importantly, I think that why I think this is a great choice is that for the longest time, the MCU has felt like they haven't had a face of a franchise. They haven't had their person that they could say, you love this guy, like we used to have with Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man, like we used to have Chris Evans and Captain America. Now we have Doctor Strange. He's great, but I think a lot of us also feel like he's not the guy.
We don't see him as often.
We don't see him as often. Tom Holland, we love him as Spider-Man. He's not the guy. Captain Marvel, people kind of didn't fall with Captain Marvel the way I think that the MCU wanted it to fall. And we lost T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, who I will argue I think was the guy who they were signing us up for, and we did, but unfortunately, life went a different way. Now with Pedro Pascal, the world loves him. He is held to a high esteem. He's meme friendly. Everyone really likes this guy. So you put in Pedro Pascal as a leader of the Fantastic Four, especially when we do believe that after Secret Wars, you're going to get a lot of Fantastic Four, a lot of X-Men. He could definitely be a guy that you put up there in the front. The guy died. We know.
He probably came in before you said that.
Gotcha. You put Pedro Pascal up there, and I think people now have someone to say, okay, he can be the new guy, the new face that we feel comfortable saying, all right, we're here for Pedro, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's really cool. People love him in Mandalorian, and we'll be hearing reports that he might be moving out of the Mandalorian, even though I love Mandalorian season 1 and season 2, he's also still making The Last of Us as Joel. But we all know, if you don't know, this next season of The Last of Us may be the last for Pedro Pascal in that as well, right? If you don't know, no spoilers, but
cool.
There you
now
go.
He can go be Mr. Fantastic and show his face there, and the Mandalorian can just be, I don't know, a Mandalorian, and we don't have to worry about, I want my face to be seen. Shut the fuck up. Put the helmet on. Also,
what happened to
Fantastic said Mr. Fantastic should have been Cavill, and no, Cavill should be Scott Summers. Cavill should be Cyclops. He should be blue, yellow, tactical thing going across him. He should be our Cyclops.
I thought Henry Cavill was making Warhammer 40K.
He is. Wouldn't he be an awesome Cyclops? Wouldn't he be the animated Cyclops brought to life?
I want Henry Cavill as like Lex Luthor. Yeah.
They just fired him as Superman. You think he's going to... Well, actually, that would make a real good Lex Luthor.
There you go. There you go. But I think this is fantastic casting. I think they definitely nailed it. I do think this is the one that sticks. I do think of all the reports, this is the one that sticks. We're after the strike. We're post-strike. We know that they're trying to nail down these castings.
Because this is not official. This report
not official.
They are circling him.
They are circling.
So this is not official.
We weren't going to run with this story until we heard the major trades, which Variety, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, they've all actually kind of sat there and said, okay, yes, they're hearing the same thing too. And it's been on his desk, and supposedly he, Colossus for Cavill. Yes. I can agree with that. I can ride with that.
We have a Colossus in Deadpool.
I can ride with that, but I can ride with it. But
I don't know if Henry can do a Russian accent.
Yeah. Yeah, they change everything else about superheroes, so who cares?
I like Russian Colossus.
I do too. Russian Colossus is pretty dope.
Because, again, growing up on the animated series, one of my favorite episodes were the ones with Colossus in them.
He was always a great character.
Colossus and Morph were my two favorite.
What?
Yeah.
Morph?
I know, right? Morph. I loved Morph because of his attitude. He was such a dick.
Yeah. It's okay. Henry Cavill will be Juggernaut.
We already have an animated Juggernaut.
Okay. Anyway, voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
Did Ryan Reynolds voice? No.
Yes, he did.
Because Juggernaut was credited as himself.
Yeah, and it was voiced by Ryan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Ryan did the voice for it.
If anybody, it should have been Vinnie Jones, though.
Vinnie Jones was good.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
I still want to see, what's his name, as Sabretooth back.
Liev Schreiber.
I want Liev Schreiber.
Tyler Mane?
You want Tyler Mane. I want Liev Schreiber.
No, I want Liev Schreiber to look like Tyler Mane.
Okay, that's fair. Question. What was Thanos' blade made of? It tore through Cap's shield like it was nothing. I don't know what it was made out of, but it was definitely made out of some gangster shit.
Yeah.
That might have been what it was made out of. Gangster shit.
Gangsta shit, yeah.
Straight up.
I'm pretty sure that's found on Titan. Gangsta shit, like it originally came from Titan.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't doubt it.
You should ask Jay Washington. That's his guy.
He's the Mad Titan.
He is the Mad Titan. So, guys, what do you guys think about Pedro being the guy?
His blade is made of Euro, which is a space metal stronger than vibranium.
Jesus. Nice. And did you notice that they made it to look like a helicopter blade?
Yeah, it was so cool.
Because he had the Thanos copter. in the original iterations of the comic book, Thanos
Dude,
rode a
when
helicopter.
the Thanos copter showed up in Loki, I lost my shit.
Amazing stuff. But anyway, back to the whole Pedro thing. I think that it's a phenomenal casting. I think that he will work really, really well in that universe. He doesn't look too far. I mean, if you put up him and John Krasinski, I mean, they have a similar build, right? Where I think that they can pass as multiversal compatriots, counterparts.
Like John Krasinski is like a foot taller than.
Well, that's the great thing about Mr. Fantastic. He could stretch.
Touche.
He can stretch. I think it'll work out well. I'm excited for this. If this is our Reed Richards, and the rumors are that Vanessa Kirby is potentially going to be lining up for Susan Storm, but I think that there's some misfiring on that right now. Johnny Storm, that's been up in the air. For Ben Grimm, I'm hearing it's the guy from The Bear, the Bear's brother in that.
I still haven't seen The Bear.
Fantastic. If you're before,
I know it's on my list to watch.
Yeah, especially before you see Iron Claw.
I doubt that'll happen. I don't think I have time. Well, I mean, maybe I'll have time.
The Bear's only like 2 seasons, dog.
Is it really? I thought it was only 1.
No, they have a second season just came out. It's good.
Okay.
It's good stuff. But yeah, that's our conversation on Pedro Pascal being tapped to be Reed Richards. Like I said, I'm excited. I cannot say any more about how excited I am for this. I think he's going to work well, and he's already part of the Disney family. He already is part of Disney family, so he's fitting right at home. They love that guy.
Exactly.
They love that guy. So, Mr. F got that bit. Got. Oh wow. Okay, King Sport Cow. Shout out. Someone earlier in the chat. Now, BC, this is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, week. I saw that.
Someone wanted to ask us. We're gonna pivot a little bit into a question someone asked. And I like this question. What's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Mac and cheese, bro. You cannot beat the mac and cheese, dog.
Shout out to the mac and cheese, man.
It is ideal. It is the number one. Always has been, always will be. I love me some mac and cheese. But here's the thing. And here's what's going to throw you off. You're going to go, what? I don't like turkey.
You're not uncommon with that. A lot of people really don't like turkey.
And it's something that I would always eat it for Thanksgiving, even though I hated it. I'm like, no, it's Thanksgiving. The last couple of years, I was like, you know what? I don't fucking like turkey.
So someone made a point. If people really like turkey, you would have it more than once a year.
Yeah, facts. I don't do turkey sandwiches. Nah.
I'll tell you, I'm a ham guy. I like
Me
a nice.
Too. Yes.
I like the honey baked, maple sugar coated ham. Give me that. I'm lining up for 3 plates of ham and mac and cheese. Give me some collards. Give me some nice collard greens.
I like a good stuffing. Good stuffing.
I'm not a stuffing guy, man.
It depends on the stuffing.
Not a stuffing guy.
It depends on it for me. You got to be good at it.
I'm going to tell you, and I'm sorry to upset the white folks out there. I didn't know what green bean casserole was until I went to my wife's Thanksgiving. White folks, y'all can keep the green bean casserole.
The white people in their casseroles, I can't with the casseroles.
I can't with the casseroles, man. The green bean casserole, and then they put like the little Funyuns or whatever the hell they put on the top of that.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know what all that is. Y'all can miss me with the green bean casserole.
I'm Italian, my guy. Food is a language, dog. Like,
do y'all do spaghetti for Thanksgiving? Someone told me Italians do spaghetti for Thanksgiving.
Okay, so I don't know because I'm there's like 1%. Yeah. You know, but I embrace it. Most of my family has not embraced the Italian heritage, the 1% of Italian heritage. Yeah. Which, makes sense. But I have just learned over time, I got more used to, Italian food and embracing that a little more. So I've looked up Italian, but normally it looks like it's a lot of ham.
Yeah, I do the ham, man. I get busy
and
on
always some chicken cutlets.
Chicken cutlets is fire.
I'm the one at my family Thanksgiving. I always bring over an appetizer. I bring over some meatballs. That's what I do. I do some
Meatballs
Italian.
ain't bad.
Some
Obviously, I like
meatballs.
whoever's bringing the deviled eggs. They got to be certified. You got to be certified to bring the deviled eggs because deviled eggs can be.
You gotta have the right person.
You gotta have the right person for the deviled eggs. It's the same thing with the mac and cheese. You just can't be your first Thanksgiving can I bring the mac and cheese? Nah, fam, that's not how that works.
No,
that's not how that works. You gotta go through. You gotta be vetted. You gotta be vetted. You gotta be certified. You gotta be
mashed
stamped.
Potatoes. I think you gotta have the right mashed potatoes too.
Yeah.
Like some of the white people, they put the skin in the mashed potatoes, and I don't like that.
Nah, why would they do that?
I don't know.
Oh, why you do that? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Same thing with the potatoes. Don't be putting no raisins.
Right? No.
And someone was telling me, they be putting mayo in the potato salad, and I'm a mustard-based potato salad guy, but someone said they be putting mayo.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never made potato salad, so I don't know.
Yeah, mustard.
I don't know.
Mustard.
I didn't know mustard went in it. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what kind of potato salad I've been eating since you said it that way. I didn't know there was two different types.
Someone was like, they put mayo. Miracle Whip? Nah, man. Don't bring Miracle Whip into the conversation. That's not what we're doing. Now, King Sport Cow, he was saying that he live streamed bean casserole. Now, King Sport Cow, you confusing me, bro. You be sounding so hood in the chat. You dropping that shit. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. But then like you can always do chicken. See, that's what I get confused by you, bro. You could do chicken, and that's the thing. You confusing me, bro. But I mean, I would not be opposed if someone for Thanksgiving was like, "Listen, see, then you back at it. Mayo goes to potato salad." No, it don't. No, it don't, man. Who's hijacking your chat? But if someone would just bring over like a 30-piece buffalo wing, that's fine.
I'm good.
I'm good with that because we got the game on.
Thanksgiving is a day for cowboy football, bro. That's what Thanksgiving is.
It's good to see the Cowboys lose.
Celebrate the Cowboys. And it really makes me mad that we don't play. Well, I mean, now it doesn't matter. But I really wanted to play the Redskins every year on Thanksgiving.
That's what it should be. It really should be the Cowboys, Redskins every year.
Us and the Commanders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that the Commanders, so it doesn't really make sense. But when it was the Redskins, that was the only game that made sense to me. Cowboys and Indians, we out here. And I rooted for the Redskins, straight up.
Always such a hater.
Nah, I was just from DC.
You and Mark,
haters. It is what it is.
Mark, did you see his new special dropped?
Mark who? Oh no, I didn't see it.
Yeah, his special is officially out now. So,
I gotta check it out.
If anybody hasn't seen it, Mark Ellis's new special. Go see it. Go watch it, man. It's funny as hell.
I was gonna say, I'm not a big fan of turkey, but I will tell you I have perfected a turkey recipe, and it's Bruh's fire. It's fire as hell. I do a 48-hour brine with the turkey, and then I do a butter injection, and then I smoke it. Throw the turkey on the smoker.
See, if I'm gonna have the turkey, it needs to be Cajun fried.
See, I do a Cajun rub on the smoker.
Okay.
You might actually like it, bruh. You might actually like it. It's fire. I've done the deep fry years ago, but since I've done the smoke, because it keeps all the moisture, man, it's the juiciest turkey I've ever had. It joint was busting. It was fire. What else? Are you a rolls guy or are you a biscuits guy?
Man, whatever kind of bread you want to give me, I'm gonna eat, dog. You know what I'm saying? Give me a roll, give me a biscuit, give me a muffin.
Because I'm eating about 5 of them jumps before I even get the plate.
Give me cornbread. Whatever you give me, I'm gonna eat.
Cornbread's the one.
If there's bread, I'm gonna eat that shit. You know, give me some butter. Yeah.
Are you a pumpkin pie or a sweet potato pie?
Pumpkin pie. My mama makes the pumpkin pies, and she always makes an extra pie just for me because I take that hoe and just eat the thing. You know, right? I don't cut it in no pieces. I just eat it. Yeah. And so every Thanksgiving and Christmas, she makes me a pumpkin pie.
See, I'm a sweet potato pie. My mom makes sweet potatoes. We make yams. Yeah. But we don't do the yams with the marshmallows. We don't be doing it. We don't know what that is. You know what?
My family don't do that, but every time I have it, I love it so damn much.
With the marshmallows?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lindsay likes with the
tastes
marshmallow.
so good.
I don't know, man. Something about it, it just.
Oh, I love it. But my family don't never do it. My family don't do that.
No.
So I don't ever have, but when I go, sometimes I'll go to a Friendsgiving and someone just happens to bring it. Oh, I eat the shit out that, man.
Yeah.
Every time.
But in other words, man, just eat. That's what Thanksgiving's for. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Thanksgiving is better than Christmas. As far as holidays, bro, I like the month of Christmas, the movies, and the music. I mean, now Thanksgiving got the anthem, got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, yams, hams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkey, you name it. Now we got our Thanksgiving jump. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I prefer the day of, like if we're talking just the day, Thanksgiving Day is better than Christmas Day. Christmas Day is a wrap by like 11:30. Thanksgiving, you get all the family around, y'all eating, y'all, you probably playing spades. You know, you're watching the game.
We used to go play football at halftime of the Cowboys.
Football halftime. Let's be honest, man. Christmas is cool. It's a good month. But the day of Christmas, compared to the day of Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving Day.
I kind of like that Christmas Day where you finish it like, because we be done around 2:30, and I get to go home and kind of put my presents away and then sit by the fire. This year I'm going to watch Hawkeye on Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. I can't help it. I love Christmas, man. It is the most positive day of the year.
It's positive for sure. But you know, that's what Thanksgiving trumps it. Thanksgiving can be positive or toxic as fuck.
See, that's the thing. Christmas.
But you got stories though. That's the thing about Thanksgiving. Like, I
don't need the drama.
I want the drama. That's what Thanksgiving's for. It's for the drama. Because I don't see family.
You see, here's the other thing. You don't have to worry about this. My Thanksgiving can be ruined. Every year I have the possibility of having Thanksgiving ruined because the Cowboys are a Thanksgiving team. All right?
Yes, they are.
Y'all, you ain't important, so you don't get a Thanksgiving team.
No, we just play we play on regular days.
Every year we play on Thanksgiving. No, y'all don't get to play on Thanksgiving, so you don't understand
here's
the
thing.
Importance of how that can ruin your day.
But listen, then you're going to have auntie come through, probably the auntie that's ran through 5 husbands. She going to try to talk shit with it. Then you can let her know she had 5 husbands. You know what I'm saying? That's drama. That's the right kind of drama I'm looking for.
And not only, and top of all, 9 times out of 10, I'm working on Thanksgiving.
Oh, no, that sucks. King's Pork House ain't slamming bones, playing dominoes. You know, no one's playing spades on Christmas.
See, the thing about me, when I used to get together with my family on Thanksgiving, me and the kids would get together. I get to have somebody to whoop their ass in Mortal Kombat. I whooped all my little cousins. We got on Xboxes and whatnot. And
yeah,
I ran the house. You know what I'm saying? That's what holidays are for me.
Fred Tassie was saying cornbread is a universal bread. Goes with American food, Mexican food, Cajun food. King's Pork House said rolls with honey butter.
Ooh, some honey butter. Okay.
Honey butter's fire. Hawaiian sweet bread, baked sweet potato with marshmallows, apple pie or pecan pie, no sweet potato or pumpkin pie for Fredtastic. What?
My mama makes pecan pie too. I don't like it, and my mom don't like it.
I don't like pecan pie.
My mom doesn't like pecan pie, but she makes pecan pie because apparently she makes a really good pecan pie, and everyone who eats pecan pie loves it.
Yeah.
But my mom's like, I don't eat it. I hate it.
I'm allergic to apple, so I don't eat apple pie.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I go for the sweet potato pie. I like that over pumpkin pie. I'm not a big fan of pumpkin. Honestly, I think that October does better with the pumpkin than Thanksgiving does.
That's true. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm basic ass bitch, dog. I love me some pumpkin spice latte. As soon as we finish here, I have a latte maker in my kitchen. I'm gonna go make me a pumpkin spice latte. What up?
Yeah.
Basic. What up, white bitch?
Nah, man. With that being said, guys, because of this Thanksgiving, by the way, I got 3 days left in the Navy. Out of here, man.
In the Navy. We will spend 3 more days in the Navy.
Right. Then
only 3 more days.
And I'm smoking in 4. You know what I mean?
And he's smoking in 4.
And so with that being said, there will be no Lando Project next Sunday. I'm still going to be out of town. So don't look forward to us. Go and spend time with your family. If you are, go watch some movies. Go support the Marvels if you need to. I'm sure that they need your support. But in other words, man, just be safe. Have a good weekend. Have a good time. Don't drink and drive. Don't do nothing stupid, right? We want to see you next week, right? We don't want to hear no, man, R.I.P. to the homie. Nah, none of that, right? Stay around, right? We still got more things to do. You're gonna miss Deadpool 3, and you don't want to miss Deadpool 3. So we told you, right? He see BC threw down his white card. I mean, listen, I respect it.
Look, man, ain't nobody want a white card, all right? I'm just letting you know right now.
Lando is an under fiver, man. We out of here. No, what are you talking about? Lando's an under fiver. What's that mean? I don't know what that means.
No idea. I don't know. We'll find out next week.
Yeah, on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, this was good, man. I'm gonna miss you. We'll be back, like I said, first week of December. And then remember, as we did tell you, we are moving back to Maryland December 20th. So probably we're going to do about 2 episodes in December. Then we're going to probably wrap it up until the end of until the beginning of the new year when we get everything all squared away. But yeah, man, this has been fun. You guys be good. BC, where can people find you out there, man?
Find me on all the social medias at The Grind Calls, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Under 5 days, that's what he meant.
Oh, under 5 days. I thought this meant I did under 5 years. No, I did not. I did more than 5 years. But, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Lando Project. We love you. Finger guns. We out.